Linda Thomas-Greenfield is the US representative to the United Nations, and she joins us now live from New York. Welcome to the programme, Ambassador. Now, the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, says that he wants to continue with the route of diplomacy regarding Russia and Ukraine tensions. But my question is there still room for diplomacy, given how fast everything is moving this week?
Well, things are moving fast. Diplomacy is still on the table. Secretary Blinken's trip to Europe last week, I think, indicated how forward-leaning we are on the diplomatic front. He met with Lavrov, as you're showing there now, and we're continuing to have discussions with the Russians, but also with our European colleagues to ensure that our voices are unified in response to this Russian aggression.
And that question of unity is one that really interests me, because are you really unified? Because we see some, I don't know what to call it, pushback maybe from Germany, for example, the fact that they are not sending weapons to Ukraine. Could that create a crack in that unity?
It's not a crack in the unity at all. Our voices are still very, very strong in terms of our response to the Russian aggression. And Germany has been clear that they want to see a diplomatic solution. If we can find a diplomatic solution, as we have been pursuing over the course of these past few weeks. So we've not given up on diplomacy, but we are preparing in the event that the Russians do make the aggressive move and choose confrontation over de-escalation.
And clear up for us, if you could, exactly what confrontation could look like, because it got a bit confusing last week as to exactly what the US's red line was, or a swift response. Was it an incursion, an invasion?
Look, the Russian playbook is very well known to us. Their efforts may start with a cyber attack, which we've already seen. They may start moving little green men, as referred to, across the border. We're prepared for all of that. And we know that that is the kind of behavior that they have exhibited in the past. So we have not lessened our plans to respond aggressively to whatever action they should take.
And what role do you think NATO member Turkey could play?
Well, as a member of NATO, I think Turkey is engaging with NATO colleagues and engaging with the United States on how NATO will respond as an organization. And as a member of that organization, we will be working with the Turkish government as we have worked with other members of NATO. And
a question for you. I do wonder, would things be different? Would we have these Ukraine-Russia tensions if President Trump was still the US president, given that strong personal relationship that he had with President Putin?
Well, I can't comment on how President Trump might respond to this, but as a country, we have always been clear that we will support our NATO allies and that we will be supportive of our other allies, such as Ukraine. And I would assume that the diplomacy that we're pursuing now would have been pursued during that period as well.
And last question for you, Ambassador, just from your gut feeling with regards to diplomacy, what will happen this week? Where does this all go from here?
Well, look, we're going to ramp up diplomacy, particularly here in New York. I'm engaging with the members of the Security Council. I'm engaging with the Ukrainians, with other Europeans to see how we can react and react quickly here in New York to that situation. And those efforts are going to intensify, I would say, over the course of this coming week.
Thank you so much. Linda Thomas-Greenfield, US representative to the United Nations. Thank you so much for joining us on TRT World today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.